Hi guys, Josh here. Welcome to Frames Per Second. Today we're here with Yuri.
Hello.
And we're doing a photo shoot around the city.
And so we're using Ferrania P30, which is an Italian cinema film. It's actually 80 ISO, not 30, even though the name is P30.
And Yuri's got a lot of cool outfits, so
Yeah.
we're gonna have some fun with that. So let's get to it.
Okay, so like I said, we're using Ferrania P30, which is a cinema film that's been used in films like 8.5, La Dolce Vita, and yeah, it's got crazy contrast, and in a way it almost has orthochromatic qualities, even though it is a panchromatic film according to the box and the manufacturer. But the contrast is crazy, and I do like it quite a lot. I just really wish it was a faster film because you can only really shoot it on a sunny day. And this day, though we started off with some sun, it got cloudy pretty quick, and so it ended up being not the right film for this day, even though this was my day of testing it. And shots like this look great. Black and white clothing really kind of was great for showing how the contrast works. And the blacks are nice and rich, and the grain is fine. And yeah, it's got a great quality to it, and a different quality to a lot of black and white films. It's definitely different to HP5. It has contrast similar to Tri-X, but a bit more intense. But obviously with the slower speed, it does have less grain. But yeah, I think it's a lovely film. I just wish it was a brighter film. And I might give pushing it a go. This is a video I've been meaning to do for more than a year. I actually got my rolls of film of this back in January 2020. And I was meant to do a photo shoot in February, which got pushed back, and then of course 2020 happened. And then yeah, shoots for this film just kept getting delayed and people dropping out, and so I finally did it a bit earlier this year, and now I'm finally editing the video that you're seeing now. And so here we have it edited and unedited, and you are still able to get quite a bit of detail out of the blacks of the film, and I think it was pretty malleable in that way, even though it can definitely get pushed a bit too much when you're trying to bring details out. But yeah, unfortunately this inside location was too dark, and on a sunnier day it would have been pretty decent, but for this day unfortunately I had to shoot at a slower shutter speed than I would have liked, which made for a lot of motion blur and not sharp shots. Though I did find a decent light source from the store window, I did have to bring the shadows up quite a bit, which made for grainy images, but considering it is a fine film, it's not too bad. It's pretty usable, and the contrast still worked with a lot of the lights in the background, and just the location itself. There was a lot of reflective stuff which kind of worked out in some way, made for at least an interesting and moody kind of image. Though I definitely would have liked to have shot this on a sunnier day, though I still would have been on a slow shutter speed. I might have been able to go up 1 or 2 stops with the shutter, but this shot here I do like very much. And yeah, it's just got a great contrast, great mood to it that the P30 just really brings out, and you do kind of see why it would make a really great black and white cinema film. And while I am happy that it's back for still shooting, I do kind of hope Ferrania starts selling it for motion picture if they haven't already. Here's where it definitely suffers. Obviously 80 ISO, not going to be great, and even though the GoPro is looking decently bright, the location was not. It was a gloomy day at the wrong times and a sunny day at the wrong times, and yeah, it just didn't work out in the way I was hoping. Though it's a black and white film, it still creates a moody kind of vibe that kind of emotes something, so it at least has a character to it, and it's just a nice film with great contrast. And I'm a big fan of contrast. I know there's a lot of people like the flatter films like HP5, I'm a big Tri-X guy because of the contrast, and this film is contrasty, and I do like that quite a bit. Yeah, these shots quite moody, and if you're in a distracting location, I feel like the contrast is strong enough that it kind of isolates your subject a bit more. And here I forgot to record on the GoPro for the first half of this location, but I will say the reflections on the glass turned out gorgeous in this spot. And I really love how the background turned out. It was cloudy, so I did have to go on, I think I was f1.7, which is the fastest this lens went, but it did make for a great looking bokeh with the background, and just the way this film really plays with that reflection on the glass, I just thought it was really beautiful, and I hadn't really seen a lot of black and white films kind of create the quality that it does there. And I'm not sure what's so different about it that it does look kind of special, and maybe it would look kind of like this with a different film as well, but I just haven't seen it before, and I just thought the way it worked with this reflection really created something kind of unique that I haven't really seen a lot of. And so I would definitely recommend it if you're gonna shoot something with a lot of reflections. Take this film because it just did something special with it that I wasn't expecting. And yeah, at the end of the day, I think it's a really nice film. I'd say definitely try it out. For portraits it can be good, you just need a lot of light, and I think for street it would be quite interesting, so I will do a roll of street with it as well at some point as well. But I think it's a great film. I'm looking forward to using it more. I just wish it was maybe a bit more sensitive. Hope you liked the video, guys. Please let me know your thoughts on the images and the film in the comments below. Let me know what you like about it if you tried it as well. Please like and subscribe to this post notifications so you know when there's a new episode. Anyway, I'm Josh. This has been Frames Per Second. Just get out there, shoot some film.